Hello and welcome to the latest episode of A Muggle's Perspective. I am your host, Rogge. I'm here to walk us through the first 4 chapters of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. I am joined by someone that has never, theoretically, has never read these chapters before in Braden Carpenter. Braden, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. Always been a fan of this show, so it means a lot to be able to come on and talk to you about this.
We love to get our fans, our supporters on. That it's why we do what we do. It's not for us. It's all for you guys, and just about the support we receive, and we feed off of that. And then I'm joined by my my co-host, my partner in crime, the jelly to my peanut butter. We've got Chad in the house.
What's happening? Thanks for having me.
Cue the applause first try. This is a professional podcast.
Jeremy wrote me for like the 8th time. He wrote down which button does which thing, and I immediately saw it and said,
"Your shtick now, though.
You're not amused by me pressing the wrong ones?" He was like, "Oh no, it's really annoying."
No, it's funny.
Well, I'm glad you think so. Chad, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Okay, we've got a whole segment for that.
Sorry.
As I'm fond of saying, save it for the pod. We need to get one thing out of the way right now in the very beginning. And Braden, it's not what you think I'm referring to. What we need to get out of the way, Chad, is your Skype username. So walk me through.
I didn't see it. This is news to me too.
Yeah. Walk me through where we are and how we got there.
Okay, so I attended the University of Mississippi, and one of the chants there is, hotty toddy, gosh almighty. I won't go through the whole thing. So
I think maybe you should.
I think that the public wants it.
Okay, so hotty toddy, gosh almighty, who the heck are we? I'm kind of taking out some stuff.
Appreciate that.
Flim flam, bim bam, Ole Miss, by golly. So it should rhyme there. Just
okay.
FYI. Anyway, so when I was at school and I created my Hotmail account, I thought, sweet, I'll just do hotty toddy and it'll be awesome. But that was already taken. So I was like, I'll just take off the Y and be hotty Todd.
Yep.
Not thinking that I would still be using that same email address in my later adult years. So kind of embarrassed about it.
We've all been there.
Hotty Todd.
Oh, I like it.
Braden, do you have any embarrassing usernames in your past, Braden?
Do I?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sure I do. My Xbox name, this isn't embarrassing, but my Xbox name for the short time I played in college was Runs with Scissors.
Okay. Big Weird Al fan?
No, just kind of like, I can't even tell you where that came from. I just how they generate the names for you when you first make a live account or something.
Sure.
It was something already pretty similar to that.
Mm-hmm.
Like something about scissors, and I was just kind of like, yeah, Runs with Scissors. That works for me.
Cool. See, mine's always just Rogge, because
yeah. On any other games now that I would play, which I don't play a lot, but I would use Brunden. Like Brunden.
Mm-hmm. Because someone called you that on accident.
Night at the Museum.
Yeah, I was going to say Night at the Museum.
There you go.
A reference I understood.
Chad gets me, and I gotta say, I gotta get this out of the way too. Chad, we've been looking forward to this episode for a really long time, and I didn't know if it would ever happen.
I have too. I appreciate it.
About this. Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Chad is coming to us from a different time zone, not the farthest away time zone that we've ever had a guest appear on, but nevertheless. Couple other things we need to get through right now. So, Chad, I'll be honest with you. We wanted to have you on to do a live read of the Seven Potters chapter, right? A lot of action. It's surprising, get some good reactions from Braden. That was the plan. I've got the whole book mapped out. We know when Bo's coming on. We know when all these people are coming on. But I didn't actually tell Braden exactly what the plan was. So we sat down to record. Last week we did Muggies. We did Howlers. We had like half an hour of chicken wing talk. And
Nice.
when we sat down, Braden was like, "Okay, I'm ready to do the first 4 chapters." I read the first 4 chapters, and I was like, "Dude, that was supposed to be 2 different episodes. We were supposed to have a live read." I said, "No, I don't." I thought he was joking. I was like, "I don't believe you."
No,
And
like, okay, this is bad radio, but this is what Rogge did. Literally removed his headphones and just looked at me like, "You're not that dumb. I don't believe it."
like rubbed my eyes a little bit, did that kind of thing. And it's like, I can't. Okay, like what's done is done. We got to move on from that. But we wanted to have you for the live read. I think you as Hagrid just would have been perfect there in the 7 Potters chapter, because that's how I read. We've already read it.
But I read it last week, so I mean, it'll be a good refresher. We can read it again.
We could do chapter 5, I guess.
That's fine.
But you were saying you wanted to get out of here in an hour and a half, and so we'll have to see how that goes. Was there anything else that we need to talk about? Oh, the chicken wing thing. So last week's episode hasn't come out yet, but we were able to come to an accord. We started playing that howler where you were telling us about. You said a little bit of backstory about me with chicken wings, and we had to pause it. We were just like, yes. What a beautiful sentence.
Strap in, folks.
Couldn't be happier. We came to an agreement where we were able to respect each other's viewpoints. Some stuff came out that we hadn't previously discussed. I'm not a dipper. I don't use ranch. I don't use blue cheese. I don't do anything. And that's an important aspect for Braden about the ease of dipping a boneless wing, because the flats, you get it, right?
Absolutely.
It'd be tough to. And that's something I would never consider, right? So there are aspects that we're able to meet in the middle on a little bit. So I'll be honest though, I thought that you were going to come in strongly on my side. I just pictured you as a bone-in guy.
They're good. It's still, bone-in anything is still probably the best. But yeah, I got to side with Braden on that. When you're a dipper, it's much easier just to have the basically nugget, nugget wing.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's part of it too, is that nugget doesn't have to be derogative. I love nuggets. Wendy's nuggets, McDonald's nuggets, it's great stuff. So I don't mean to come down as harshly on that as it probably sounds like I do. I really just want to directly attack your manhood is all it's about, right? It's not about the nuggets. It's just about you as a person.
Yeah, that's where my feathers got ruffled. When we started going the masculinity route, it was like, now hold on. Brought back some really harsh flashbacks from college. But yeah, we came to, I think, a reasonable. We had some good civil discourse on the topic of wings.
We said the word civil discourse a lot.
Yeah,
nice.
We were able to hear each other, try to understand each other, and while we may not agree entirely, we could see each other's sides.
There's respect more than there was before on both sides, I think.
And I think that's what America needs right now. You know, this podcast is just an example. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely. So we'll get into it now. Chapter 1 of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. I'm very excited. I'm not like this is my favorite chapter in the world, but this is probably my favorite book that has ever been written. So
now, before we just jump right into the text, we got to give Chad gets a proper intro, right? Gets to talk about his house.
Oh, so
his history with Harry Potter.
So true.
I mean, we got to get to know Chad.
Wow, you're absolutely right, Chad. I feel like we know you, already. But
right, and I get why we skipped over that. But for the listeners out there who have been dying to hear Chad, the legend that is Chad, like, we got to get to know him.
Yeah, let's start at birth and I guess go from there.
So, very long time ago, no. So how I got into Harry Potter? So I actually didn't read it until I was in my early 20s. So, and I'm a little bit older than you guys maybe think I am, just FYI.
You don't look a day over 25.
No.
Thank you. I appreciate that, and I will take that all day long. No, I had already graduated college. and a buddy of mine was reading the series, he and his wife. And he was like, I think he had just gotten to Goblet of Fire, and he was like, "You really got to read this. This is awesome."
That's when it kicks.
So, right, and so I started reading it and following it, and it's an awesome series. As everybody who's listening knows, it's an awesome series. But I am a Gryffindor, as I think I've said on I don't know how many howlers. Sorry,
I think so.
again.
No, you're good.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just awesome. It's fun to read, and I can't wait for you to see how this thing wraps up.
Chad, awesome. Did you get into it? Were all the books written by the time you started reading, or did you get to experience so you did get to experience like waiting for 7 to come out at least?
Yeah, I got to experience the last 3. So
oh wow.
Yeah, so I still got to experience the last 3 coming out, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's one thing that Braden didn't have to wait for a whole year between 6 and 7, going on to forums and posting theories and really wondering about what was going on. I have retroactively gone back and bought books that were published in that time period that are just speculation about like what's going on in Harry Potter and how's this going to tie up and how's that going to tie up and stuff like that. So,
right,
something that you can't really. I guess we had kind of a long break before starting this book, but besides that, it's hard to communicate what the fandom part of that was like.
Oh yeah.
Chad, do you get into like the fan fiction that Rogge's kind of referred to at different points throughout the show?
I haven't that much. I've read a little bit here and there. I've read mostly just kind of what's on. I think it's called the Wizarding World website now. It was Pottermore.
It's always changing.
Yeah, it changes like every 2 minutes, so it's probably already changed again. But no, I haven't gotten into much of that. I'd like to, but I haven't. So.
Yeah, it kind of. What? Oh no, go ahead. What? Sorry, no, you. No, you go. You go.
I was gonna ask Chad, favorite book and favorite movie.
Goblet of Fire is still my favorite book, and probably Deathly Hallows Part 2 is my favorite movie.
Wow.
Okay. Something to look forward to.
Wow. Talk about civil discourse. Deathly Hallows Part 2, not my favorite movie.
Yeah,
I'll just say that. I respect it. It's an opinion that I've heard from other people that I like and respect. It's totally fine. It's just it's interesting to be like, I walked out of the theater and I was like disappointed. Like it wasn't. I was like, oh man, I wish I'd seen this or that. And other people are like all about it. And so, oh okay, well, different opinions, I guess. So we'll have to discuss that when we come to it. Anything else before we start chapter 1? The Dark Lord Descending.
Chad, is there anything else you want to say? Any thoughts? The intro type? Are there any things about you that we need to know before we get into this book together? What'd you study at Ole Miss?
Biology.
Biology.
Yeah.
Okay.
Biology degree.
Right on.
Okay, so you're a big Dak Prescott went to Ole Miss, right?
He went to Mississippi State.
Gosh dang it! Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not
Eli Manning.
Eli Manning, that's right.
Yep.
The guy from The Blind Side was about some Ole Miss boosters. He went to Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Michael Orr. And then isn't that gigantic specimen receiver for the Seattle Seahawks from Ole Miss?
DK Metcalf.
Yes.
DK Metcalf.
DK Metcalf. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And his dad was an offensive lineman back in the day too.
Huh.
Wow. There you go.
I guess that explains DK Metcalf's physique.
Yeah.
But enough about football, right? We know that's why everyone tunes into A Muggle's Perspective.
Just hoping we get some at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been meaning to text.
My breath.
I've been meaning to text all the guys from Crawfordsville about getting our draft figured out, but it's hard to have urgency about that because.
I know ours is set for early September, and like everyone's just kind of like, maybe we'll get together.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, you might as well do the draft. Like, worst case scenario, nothing comes of it. But
Yeah.
Speaking of drafts, we've got chapter
On
1 of
that
Deathly
note.
Hallows. We lead in with Snape and Yaxley. We get to see like a real Death Eater meeting. I always want to know, is this like the weekly meeting that like every Thursday night this is just what we do, or was this a particularly big summit? Do they have daily briefings? I always wanted to know that. Braden, some questions for you. So Snape claims to know some things in this chapter. Is he?
Yes.
I guess, is he right? We've already kind of answered that. How does Snape know what he knows? What do you think?
I mean, he spent a lot of time with the faculty there, right? So he knows when to listen and who to listen to, probably where to be to eavesdrop. He probably knows like certain students, certain staff members, certain faculties, like routines, where they're at during the day, where they like to, they hang out in the break room at this time and usually talk, and so I hang out right outside the door like a creep and listen, and that kind of stuff, I'm guessing. He also may have, like, there's probably more connections within Hogwarts that we don't know yet that are kind of double agents.
He might not be the only
Yeah.
double or triple agent or whatever he is.
Yeah. I think it would be naive to think that he's the only one who's considered going. I mean, Malfoys were in there.
Name names. Who else? Who else do you not trust?
Who else do I not trust?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. The little grimy thief guy.
Mundungus.
We definitely can't. Mundungus, definitely can't trust him.
He did recently steal a bunch of Harry's stuff.
I don't think there's anybody else in there that I'm like speculative of.
Okay.
Maybe I should be, but I think mostly like Mundungus, and like it may not even be anyone in the order. Like he may just have other spies within Hogwarts that are like also spying on members of the order. I don't know.
Okay, so you're picturing a lot of the planning for like what's kind of left of the Order of the Phoenix, that Hogwarts is sort of the hub of that at this point.
Not the hub of it, but I would think that there are discussions that are probably had in what they thought to be private, that like, I mean, nothing is off limits when you're skilled in occlumency. Like, I don't know. Snape can get what info he needs to get rather easily.
Okay. Interesting. Chad, thoughts on where Snape is at this point?
I have a lot of thoughts.
This is a place for
that you need to be careful with.
Yes, some that I can't speak to at the moment. No, this is. I think he had some good thoughts there. I mean, we saw where Snape really is at the end of the last book, and then here we are. He's right there in the middle of, the Death Eaters and at Voldemort's side. So
yeah, this really puts in perspective where he stands in that pecking order. That was something we didn't exactly know before.
Right.
Speaking of that pecking order, where do the Malfoys stand? What was our reaction? It's in Malfoy Manor. Okay, they've got home field advantage on that, but we've got interactions with Lucius and Narcissa and Draco. We see everybody in there. How did that come off to you, Braden?
I felt like it was almost written like we, as the reader, were sitting somewhere either near the head of the table or halfway down, and we were like looking down the long table at the Malfoys. Like, because I felt like it was almost written as like they're at the end of the table, and they're also at the end of the table in terms of the Death Eaters. Like they're kind of on thin ice right now.
And why is that, in your understanding?
Well, I don't fully understand. Well, I don't.
I can't pretend to be in the mind of Lord Voldemort.
I don't. what I was gonna say is I don't understand all the negativity towards Lucius. Did I miss something? Did he like drop? I know Draco kind of like failed, I guess, more or less.
Well, or did he succeed? I mean, Dumbledore was killed. He got Death Eaters into Hogwarts.
But I feel like Voldemort's the type of guy that like he cares that Draco didn't do it himself.
Sure.
Because he's all about loyalty, right?
Right.
Like prove that you are a worshiper of mine. And like Draco kind of hesitated in the moment, and Snape had to like take control.
He got the yips.
So what did I miss? I guess this honest question: did I miss something, or am I forgetting something with Lucius as far as like Voldemort questioning his loyalty?
Yeah, Chad, I don't know if you want to step in here. I mean, it goes back a couple books, so it's fair that that's not on top of mind for you.
Yeah, Lucius was in charge of getting the prophecy 2 books ago.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, with the big duel in the library. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, the Malfoys are like, yeah, it seems like I should remember that.
Well, okay. So, yeah, Voldemort doesn't forgive easily. And that's kind of surmised to be the reason that he gave Malfoy the job of killing Dumbledore, or orchestrating that, was payback for Lucius's failure there in the Ministry.
Yeah. So they're kind of the butt of the joke right now in the Death Eater group.
Okay. Going off of that just a little bit, specifically for Draco, can we make a couple predictions? I mean, it's not someone that we touched on much in our prediction episode. Where do you see him going? Because he's like freaked out to be at this board meeting of Death Eaters. He seems like he can't handle it almost. Can you see him coming like to the good side, or is his just like a tragic storyline going forward?
I think he's too prideful to come back fully to like a good side, quote unquote. But I do think I could totally see the rest of this book being like a subplot is like Draco's inner struggle of like figuring out, okay, what did I get myself into? Like, can I even handle this? Can I stay in here? Who do I talk to about this? I don't know if he plans on going back to Hogwarts. I assume not, but like, can't talk to anybody there. What, Crabbe and Goyle are gonna have some sort of sage wisdom? Like,
they're good listeners. They're not gonna respond.
So are trees and rocks.
Yeah. Pansy, he can lay in her lap. While she strokes his hair. It's a classic Pansy Parkinson move.
Maybe. It just kind of feels like.
Maybe.
Kind of feels like that could be like Voldemort could set Draco up for another like test moment, and you wonder if Draco can truly follow through on like this depth of evil, I guess.
Yeah. Sure. I don't have a lot else that I specifically pulled from this chapter as far as questions. Chad, I don't know if there was anything that jumped out to you that you wanted to ask Braden about or me about.
Not really from this chapter. He did bring up how the Malfoys were the butt of the joke, and there's the part in there where Voldemort's sort of making fun of the Malfoys having their niece marry Lupin and all that kind of stuff. So just kind of, it's really the only comment I guess I have on that.
Yeah, let's not sweep that under the rug. Looks like Tonks and Lupin got married.
Right. I thought that was, interesting how they went from sort of being tops to, like you said, the butt of the joke, and then, Voldemort does bring it back around there at the end, telling Bellatrix that she'll have a chance to, I think what he says is prune their family tree. So, anyway.
Yeah. I feel like the racism card is played really heavily already, like right at the entrance of this book. I feel like we knew that was a thing with Voldemort, but this is so much more like explicit than it has been in past books.
Yeah. Yeah, it always jumps out to me when it talks about pruning, and let's see. Oh, many of our oldest family trees become a little diseased over time. Like,
yeah,
genealogically, like that's the opposite of how it works. Like you have to get new blood in there, or you get like a Fall of the House of Usher situation. The Gaunts, like that's what happened with the Gaunts was inbreeding and like that kind of stuff. So they are so ideologically in on the pureblood thing that they're doing like what's like legitimately the opposite of what makes sense physically, right? I mean, we got a biologist here. I'm sure you can speak to what happens when something keeps feeding back in on itself.
Yeah, it needs some more genes in that gene pool.
Yeah. I do have a couple do we cares. Do we care about elephant in the room, Charity Burbage? There's just a woman that is murdered in this chapter and spends a lot of it hanging from the ceiling.
Yes, because if I remember right, she is someone who they would have been able to pull information from, and that the order or maybe like the ministry was trusting.
She
like
was
someone.
a professor at Hogwarts.
Yeah. Okay. I thought I remembered like her. Doesn't she come up in the conversations later in these chapters amongst the order group? Am I wrong? Maybe not. I don't know. I was thinking she was more than just like a throwaway name, but I could be wrong.
They may bring her up that they didn't believe that she had quit or that she had resigned.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about as far as it goes. And I don't know if you're thinking about, he actually does say that he put the Imperious Curse on Pius Thickness, which is a guy that is in the ministry.
Yes.
He has control of him now, and they're going to be able to use that connection to hopefully for them, get at the Minister for Magic, at Rufus Scrimgeour.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. Yep. Thickness, Burbage, they both end in E's, so I get it.
Yeah, there you go. Also, don't know how important it is, and maybe you were about. Oh, tell you what. Why don't we get through your do we care so I don't spoil something accidentally?
Unlikely. Do we care about the peacocks?
The peacocks.
You love that because it's like the answer's no. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that means we don't care.
Well, I probably care, and I totally know what you're talking about. But for those listeners who maybe haven't read this book in a while, maybe we can refresh them on like.
I should have made like trivia to ask between you and Chad, like some about the pod and some about Harry Potter. That would have been good. And like I could see you raise your hands and stuff.
Yeah.
Would have been smart. Chad, what's the peacocks?
Pure white peacocks, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a part where he actually says something to the effect of he always thought well of himself, talking about the Malfoys.
Mm-hmm.
They were just like running around on the ground.
Yeah.
I don't know. It mentions like a couple of them. I'm like imagining like a flock of just white peacocks running around all over Malfoy Manor.
Yeah. And so he's like, okay, like what kind of guy?
Seems about right.
What kind of guy just has a flock of pure white peacocks walking around his manor? Like, what does that say about Lucius Malfoy?
Exactly.
So we care about him.
Is that like symbolism of some kind? Like the whole pure white thing?
There you go.
I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah.
And, peacocks representing, like, opulence, excess.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like he's raising them to eat.
He's a peacock farmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where the Malfoy fortune came from.
Yeah. Generations of peacock farmers as Malfoys.
As was my father before me. Do we care about Yaxley? Name we haven't heard before, as far as I can recall, and it's stated a lot. Is it a first name? Is it a last name? Who's to say?
Doesn't matter. It's like Nene in the NBA.
Yeah.
He just on his jersey just says Yaxley. And like when he steps up to the plate, it's just Yaxley.
Yeah. Yaxley. He is like he's the foil to Snape. Whenever Snape says something, Yaxley's like, actually, I heard the opposite. And Snape's like, well, that's because you're an idiot, Yaxley. Did you feel for Yaxley? I know you have. I know you read these a week ago. These chapters.
Yeah, I don't feel bad for Yaxley. I think it's an interesting dynamic because I feel like the longer that kind of stuff goes on, the more it's gonna pull out Snape's desire to be like recognized and in control. And I think we might have talked about this a little bit last episode or at the end of the last book, but like Snape's his like hunger to be recognized for his work and all the time he's put in, like nodding his head and obeying Dumbledore. And like Voldemort's not the type of guy to really like, he wants you to be loyal, but he's not going to bend over backwards stars to make you feel loyal, right? Like to make you feel respected for it. He's just kind of like, do what I say when I say it, we won't have problems. Yeah. It's not like, oh, Snape. First of all, can we all go around the table and just say why we're thankful for Snape, that he's just been doing this for so long in Hogwarts and finally killed Dumbledore?
It's been tough. We knew how much that meant to you, buddy.
Yeah. Actually, we got you something. It's like a little plaque. Draco actually took a picture of you like throwing the curse at Dumbledore. Kind of a cool still shot there. So you can put that on your wall.
See, look there, it's moving like the spell, you know. That's great. Give it up for Snape.
Yeah. And you wonder... if that will start
let's get a steam
Snape.
For Snape.
A steam.
Nice.
Yep. I remember. That's all the Do We Cares that we had. So we've got another little segment that we're going to start peppering in here. I have it written down as Does Chad Care?
Ooh.
But I'm here for Do We Chad?
Do we Chad?
You think Do We Chad?
Will it Chad?
Is this like a good mythical morning?
Yeah.
Will it Chad?
Will it Chad? Will it Chad or won't it Chad? So I went from the title and then flowed the idea down from there. Like I knew I wanted to have a segment called Do We Chad? Or Will it Chad? And then then I made up what the segment would be. So what I did was I wrote down like our bits and segments and stuff that we do, and we want to see what Chad thinks about them. Is he interested in them? Does he wish that we did them less? He's Chad, in my mind, speaks for the people. He's the voice of the listeners. I don't know if you guys all took a vote and they elected you or exactly how it went, but we want to hear what Chad thinks about these things. Does that sound fun, Braden?
Absolutely.
Okay. We're going to lead off with one that's near and dear to Chad and my's heart, not as much Braden's. Will it Chad moustache?
Yes, will it Chad?
It will Chad. Okay.
It will Chad. So you like the moustache bit?
Yes, get off me.
Yeah, that was Chad. Are you reading my you're reading my Does Chad Care segment just out of my Marauders Map little notebook? Come on.
So moustache will Chad.
This is absolutely unintelligible to someone that hasn't listened to all 70 episode. So moustache will Chad.
Moustache.
Yeah. And we're gonna get some opportunities for moustache conversations coming up here in chapter 3. So it's a good bit. Okay, we'll do one more. Will it Chad us like singing? Your thoughts? We break out into songs sometimes.
Totally.
Yes?
It will.
Okay.
Yes.
Will Chad.
Do you have a favorite example? I know I'm putting you on the spot here.
Not right off the top of my head, I don't.
Okay.
We invited you on to have you talk about how much you like us in our show. So it's kind of annoying that you didn't come prepared.
Sorry.
The first thing that always comes to my mind is what's Scabbers got to do with it. Our cover of what's got to do with it. That's it's one of the first times that we really went for it. We were like,
I dove in head first there.
We no longer
Rogge
care what
followed.
people think.
Yeah, and we lost ourselves in the music.
I actually forgot about that. Yes, yeah. I'm all for that. Okay. I think everybody's all for that.
Well, good. We'll get to some more Will It Chad here. I gotta write that in here. Will It Chad. Will It Chad. I'm just picturing Rhett and Link. Okay. Chapter 2, In Memoriam. This is the chapter where Harry reads newspaper articles about Dumbledore. Do I have that right?
Yes.
I read this while eating waffles for dinner tonight. So, a few questions for Braden. And Chad, feel free to jump in with answers, thoughts, or more questions at any point. So, Braden, in the beginning of this chapter, we're describing Harry's packing. All right, he's got a trip ahead of him. He doesn't know where he's going, but he's packing for it. What, in your mind, even before reading this, if I was to say, what should Harry make sure he packs? Like, rattle off your list of, like, he's got to bring these things that you would be sure to take if you were in his shoes.
Number 1, invisibility cloak.
Gotta have it.
Number 2, is he or is he not still in possession of the Marauders map?
He is.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But I guess that's only really a Hogwarts thing, so maybe that's not that useful anymore if he's not going back.
That would be wild if it just mapped to wherever you are.
Yeah, that'd be sick. So maybe Marauders map isn't number 2, but I would definitely pack it.
Sure.
Can't forget your wand.
Yeah, that comes in 3rd. Respectable.
We need to bring Hedwig. We gotta have Hedwig.
So here's my question: we pack Hedwig? If I'm bringing Hedwig, I'm just gonna let Hedwig fly next to me.
Well, yeah, it's just one of those things that you want to make sure. Like if I'm Harry and I think about the last however many summers when I've been ready to leave to go back to Hogwarts or leave it all, what kind of fashion do I normally leave in? It's usually hurried. It's usually unexpected. There's usually magic involved.
Yep.
I'm usually outrunning the Dursleys.
Yep.
Or jumping into some sort of flying vehicle or a broom. So I'm not packing Hedwig, but I'm making sure she's in a good spot by the window.
Taking care of the Hedwig situation is on the list.
Yeah.
If I need to, maybe I need to escape out the window. Harry's like the ex special forces guy that walks into a room and he's like, okay, where are my 3 exit points? And if I throat punch him, okay, I'll be good.
He walks into a room and it goes into the Sherlock Holmes, numbers are everywhere. And he's examining exits. And if I have to throat punch this guy, I'll do it at this velocity and this angle.
Chad, have you heard any episodes where we've discussed the fact that Braden is now watching the BBC Sherlock with Benedict Cumberbatch? And also, have you watched the BBC Sherlock with Benedict Cumberbatch? Yes. Okay.
I have. I don't remember that specifically being mentioned. But
I think that just got talked about last episode, so it's probably not out yet.
So he and Hannah are watching this. I've offered Braden actual cash if Hannah will come on and discuss with me episodes of Sherlock. Do a Watson's perspective or something.
Nice.
Man. We are absolutely just engrossed in it right now.
It's so good.
It really is. And for me, it's been good because when Doctor Strange came out and Benedict Cumberbatch did that was really my first. I had heard that name, but really didn't know who he was.
You were like, A, can't be his real name. No, those
can't be his real name.
That's not a
and
name.
2, can't be why is everybody acting like he's such a big deal? But I think everyone had already seen Sherlock.
A weirdly faced dude.
Yeah, he's got it's like an upside down triangle. And he's got a big forehead and it skinnies down to his chin.
Yeah.
He's a better looking dude than I am.
Oh,
but
yeah.
just interesting.
There's a quote where Watson is like, "Oh, look at me, I'm Sherlock Holmes. Like, I've got cheekbones that'll cut glass." Yeah, like they're way up there, like protruding.
Yeah.
He wears that cloak.
Man, that is such a good show.
It is, it really is.
But it's also like when you sit down to watch an episode, it's a commitment. You can't just like be scrolling through something on your phone and kind of watching. Like,
no,
it's full focus.
Yeah, well, you could, but I would hate you if you did it that way.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so that's good. Where were we? Anything else we want to make sure that Harry brings with him?
Quick question on that, really quick, before we let go of the Cumberbatch talk.
By all means.
Who would Benedict Cumberbatch play if he were cast in a newer, if we redid a Harry Potter movie? Who is Benedict? Who is Benabatch? I'm gonna say that, rolls off the tongue better. Who do we cast Benabatch as?
Wow, I think I have my answer. Chad, what do you think?
I think, man, he's actually a really good actor. I think he could play. I think he would do a good job in the Snape role.
That was what I was going to say.
I mean, honestly, he might do a good job in the Voldemort role as well, quite frankly.
That's interesting.
Ooh.
It's cool that we all three thought Snape. I think he would do a great Snape.
Well, I think it's because you start going down the list of, like, men aged 30 to 50 in the Harry Potter universe, and a lot of them are in Harry's life for 1 year or are Lupin. And you don't want to waste him on. I mean, Sirius isn't a waste, but there's not that much screen time of Gary Oldman, much to all of our chagrins, I'm sure. We wish there was more Gary Oldman. So Snape, like he's tall. He's got like the towering. His eyes are a little like blue, like a little inviting, maybe. But besides that, he could get into it. Harry, like an adult Harry? What if he had red hair? Could he be like Bill?
I think if you wanted to just do the cameo route, like he would kill it as like teenage Voldemort.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Just like the weird kind of dark, mysterious teenage, which the kid that they cast in the last movie to do that was great. I thought he did a really good job.
Yeah.
I forget what we said his name was, but
I thought it was Christian, but it wasn't. That was like the name of the child Voldemort.
I think he had two last names, like the Willie Cauley Steen thing.
It was a Finch Fletchley. I forgot about that bit where we'd be like Justin Alexander Walker. Justin Kid Gilchrist. That's only funny to us. Justin Anthony Towns. That's not even how Carl Anthony Towns' name works. Wow, that's huge. I'm trying to think. Could you see him like playing against type as Lockhart? Like him just being super goofy and like full of himself and theatrical?
Yeah.
I could see that.
Seems like it would be a waste of his talent, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he could do it.
Yeah. I mean, the guy that played him, Kenneth Branagh, is like a renowned like Shakespearean actor. And that was like the first time he did something like goofier like that, which is, So, I mean, I'm sure he could do well in any of the roles, but I think Snape is the best utilization. Agreed. Anything else we want to make sure Harry takes with him? I've got at least one.
So, we said invisibility cloak.
Mm-hmm.
We said Hedwig. The locket with RAB in it. We want to hold on to that.
Sure.
Socks, underwear.
Fox.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the firebolt, right? You got to bring your broom.
See, that's another like Hedwig thing. Do you pack that? Does it fit in a bag? Do you strap it over your shoulder like a sword?
You just like First of all, if you're gonna have it like a sword, you're gonna sheath it, like at your waist,
okay, yes, I misspoke. I mean, like, do you have it over your shoulder like a
bow.
bow?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Chad slays deer with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sling it over your shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
there
a
you
whole.
go.
That's a patrons only episode of me learning how point bucks work. So what's the? It can go over 10.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I thought like 10 was like you got the perfect buck, like you killed Bambi's dad.
10 out of 10.
10
Yeah,
out of 10.
It's a
You're
great
good.
buck.
wood buck again. I thought.
I think I might be wrong. I think the record in Mississippi is like 26 or something crazy like that.
You're messing with me. You're
No.
taking advantage of me, of my gullibility and my trust in you.
Totally.
I think I'm taller than Jeremy, so I'm having to tilt his gigantic, like 4 foot wide Mac back so that you can see my face more normally. Wow. Okay. It's gonna be a minute for while I process that. A 26-point
That's
buck.
cool.
And that's just in Mississippi.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure there are. I've seen pictures of some in Texas where they feed them special diets to, like, they can't even hold their heads up because it's like, I think you can see my arms sticking
Yeah.
out there. It's like that. And just, stuff going everywhere.
Yeah. That seems like almost cruel.
Their necks are like this big around from trying to, just think about it,
Yeah. Yes, that's a lot of venison.
Rogge, I have a friend from Purdue, and he has a younger brother who's like they're both avid deer hunters, but this one in particular like lives for it. I kid you not, his dad has confirmed this story. They were all 3 hunting together. They shot a buck. The younger brother didn't die quickly. They couldn't figure out where it was.
Mm-hmm.
He went down into the ravine to find it. It had like fallen down, got back up, saw Chase, was angry, and charged him.
Okay.
Like came at him.
Mm-hmm.
So he literally like basically dove out of the way. It comes at him to try and stomp him. He somehow wrangles himself onto the back of this deer, pulls a knife out of his pocket, and cuts it.
Don't believe it.
Stab
Wow.
it.
No.
I didn't either. When he told me the story, I was like,
Legend of Zelda frickin'.
Seriously.
No.
That's awesome.
I have landed on bucks in Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and been able to tame them. Like they're like moose. They're more like moose antlers. That it's got like I don't know how to describe antlers. It's like connected, like webbed antlers, like the bucket.
I think they're called palmate, maybe palmate antlers. I'm not sure.
Stop mocking me, Chad. Just making up. What's the most ridiculous thing I can get Rogge to believe? Palmate, like palm trees. I've wrangled those, but that's a video game. That's not real life.
Yeah. Crazy. Glad we got some deer talk in.
Yeah.
That's what we've been striving for this whole time. I'm going to take us to page 21 here. I have to add that to Will It Chad? The thing where I say, let's turn our Pew Bibles to...
I like it.
You do?
I think you should keep doing it, yes.
Like the 4th time, Braden was like, stop. I hate you.
Please stop saying that.
And then you would ask me what page something was on in Goblet of Fire, and I was like, well, it's about 14 minutes into this chapter.
Yeah. That was a rough book for us in terms of just direct quote communication.
It was. Carla gets it. So on near the top page 21, Harry, he thought he knew Dumbledore quite well, but ever since reading this obituary, he had been forced to recognize that he had barely known him at all. Do you find yourself in that same position where you read this and you were like, shoot, I didn't know any of that stuff about Dumbledore? And this is like leads into a broader discussion of like, do we care about the Dumbledore backstory stuff?
Yeah, I think we definitely care about the Dumbledore backstory. I mean, you always kind of had this, or at least I always had this. It's like an itch you wanted to scratch, as far as like. Sorry, folks. Rogge's tiny water bottle is empty.
I have regrets.
He's having a tough time. I always kind of wondered, like, okay, so Dumbledore's widely regarded as the greatest wizard of all time. Like, what was pre-professor life like? Like, was he always, I just want to be the headmaster of Hogwarts. That's it. Like, that's my whole life goal. Or was he an Auror at one point? Did he ever have any other ambitions? Was he always on the good side? Did he ever screw around with dark magic? Like, those questions have been there, and you kind of just like don't ask because Dumbledore's painted in such this like almost like messianic light, right? Like for the whole Hogwarts and Harry Potter story.
I think that's the thing. You call it the Harry Potter story, and that's why is that like J.K.R. does such a good job of making you think, okay, Dumbledore, he's old, he must have been young at one point, and like that is clear, but you don't dwell on it because the Harry story is moving along. You can't see my hands, is moving along, right? And you're following that train, and you forget that you're missing that thing off to the side until it circles back around to it. And it's like, oh, thank you for reminding me that I was interested in this.
Yeah, because it seems like a question that popped up in my head as soon as I started reading these obituaries, and then Rita Skeeter's like probably fake news obituary type thing.
I can't do it. Fake news.
Fake news.
You just sound like Forrest Gump.
Fake news.
It's not real, Jenny.
Jenny.
I think
Chad's gonna beat us out on that one.
Sorry.
He's got it. Yeah. The question that popped up into my head reading these was, okay, so you kind of have to like at least for me, I had to force myself then to imagine what it might be like if Dumbledore wasn't always the great guy that we thought he was, right? Okay. And so then the question that came into my head was, okay, he did take such a weird fascination with young Voldemort, right? He saw the kind of like red flags of his anger and his obsession with possession, I guess, and how he felt comfortable like causing pain, and he was almost like, no, I gotta have that. I gotta get him in our school, right? And maybe that's not the mentality he had, but like you can, if you're trying to play devil's advocate and think about how Dumbledore could be construed as like maybe he had a weird dark side.
Real recognize real.
Yeah, maybe it's one of those situations. And again, I'm just playing devil's advocate. Like, okay, what storylines could we chase if we were truly trying to imagine Dumbledore as maybe not the same Dumbledore we knew before he died, right?
So that takes me to The Life and Lies of Albus Dumbledore. Are you excited to read this book? Do you think we're going to get to read parts of it?
Rita Skeeter?
Yeah. Is it all going to be lies? It's just like we got to write it off as Rita Skeeter.
Yeah, I don't. If I'm in that story, I don't read that. I don't read anything from her.
We don't vote for her with our dollars.
It's kind of along the same lines of like I don't watch CNN or Fox because I think it's all garbage.
It is all garbage. Everything's all garbage.
You can't get a straight story out of either side. So like, and Rita Skeeter embodies that for me. Like, even if there's like bits of truth infused in there, she's going to extrapolate on those so far outside of what is actually fact that it's not healthy. You shouldn't read that.
Okay. Sensationalism.
Yeah, exactly. Clickbait.
So that was what you thought during that whole
Yeah, I wouldn't read that. It'd be tempting, and I can see like how she gets people sucked into her web of reading that stuff. But I think you got to make a conscious effort not to do that, not to let your mind wander with that junk.
Yeah. Well, I think the missing piece is like her sincerity. Like she doesn't project like you can trust me because like I'm so well researched and
No,
a legitimate
she doesn't even
person.
try.
She doesn't try, right? So it's hard for me to put myself in the shoes of someone that could believe someone like that.
Right. Right.
Like a Tucker Carlson kind of situation. Okay. Anything else from this chapter? I mean, like, we have now hit on everything in this chapter. There's a lot of Rita Skeeter and a lot of talk of young Dumbledore. Were there any, like, specific facts of Dumbledore's youth that are mentioned in the obituary part? The Elphius Doge, like, from pages 16 to 20 something, 20? If there's nothing that sticks out to me, it's not a big deal.
I thought it was interesting that it talks about how Albus's or Dumbledore's dad went to Azkaban for attacking some Muggle boys.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Now that you mention it, that does seem relevant.
Let me just throw that out there, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I feel like there are little, like JKR drops little bits here and there, not to try and tell you that Dumbledore isn't who you think he is, but to make you wonder.
Yeah.
And it's good.
It makes you want to hear the rest of the story.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But you are willing to let yourself, like, okay, like I at least want to go into the story with an open mind, like if and when we do hear it. Or are you like, I don't care what you say, like there's no way Dumbledore was ever bad. Like there's no way he ever like did stuff that was bad.
No, I'm totally open-minded and curious about Dumbledore's past. I just want to hear it from a research source, not freaking
narrator.
Rita Skeeter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we trust this Elphius Doge? That's one of my do we cares.
I don't know about that. I don't even know who this guy is. He says he's a longtime friend.
Mm-hmm. Can we use that term, friend, I guess?
Should I know that name? Has that been mentioned before in past books?
My guess is that it probably has, but mentioned would be the term. I mean, like in like a list of names that like, oh yeah, and these are members of Order of the Phoenix, like, Mad-Eye Moody and Elphius Doge and Hestia Jones, like in that kind of context. Actually, no, that's not true. In the beginning, near the beginning of Order of the Phoenix, there's like 10 people that show up to fly Harry to Grimmauld Place. And it was supposed to be just like one person, but a bunch of people volunteered, and one of them was Elphius Doge, as I recall. I would have to pull out my copy of Order of the Phoenix, but I believe he was on that team. Him and Sturgis Podmore and Kingsley Shacklebolt and Remus Lupin and Nymphadora Tonks and maybe Hestia Jones.
Sounds right.
I want to lean towards trusting this person just because I feel like Dumbledore was mysterious enough that to know all this about him in this kind of detail, he would have had to have trusted you.
Yeah.
Or you would have had to have been in his presence a lot more than most people.
Yeah, it's hard to be a contemporary of Dumbledore. Like, to have been there since the beginning, you have to be you have to be really old. So there's only so many people who can fit that bill.
Yeah.
Do we care? In the very beginning, Harry cuts his hand, and he's like, learning how to heal cuts. Maybe I should learn that. Or not. I guess Hermione will do it. Do we care about Harry's inability to heal himself or anyone?
Seems like that would be top of the priority list heading into this year. Like, hey, I'm gonna eventually face off with Voldemort, and I gotta kill him. So what are ways I could be prepared? Knowing how to heal myself? Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Being good at magic and knowing powerful spells?
1B.
Yeah. Being able to close my mind off from people reading it, control my emotions.
Yeah, we're starting to rack up a hefty to-do list here.
What has Harry been learning? All he learned last year was that Draco was up to something. And you should read the cheat codes in your potions book. That's what he learned last year. Didn't learn any of the potions theory. If he's in like another Sorcerer's Stone situation where he has to get through these rooms by himself and comes to one that's just like, brew a potion of, growth, he's gonna be like, oh frick, do I have that book? Hermione, oh, she's not here. Dang it.
But Rogge, he has love.
He has, he doesn't have books and cleverness. What does she say he has? Like friendship and bravery. Books,
compassion,
cleverness. There's more important things. Yeah. He does have love. You're right. You're not wrong. Very briefly, do we care about the Dumble fam? The non-Albus Dumbledores? Like was mentioned, he has a dad. He had a dad. You didn't think about that, I guess. They maybe had a dad. Should have thought about it.
Daddy Dumble.
He's assumedly got a mom, if he has a dad. He definitely had a brother.
Had a sister.
Had a sister. Do we care?
Are all of them dead? I can't remember. I know dad is. I think sister is for sure, right? Because he wouldn't talk about that. It says in Doge's obituary, like that was a real source of.
Yeah, because it references his mother Kendra dying on page 18, and then his sister Ariana dying on page 19. Yeah.
Right.
Do you think JKR just kind of like gave up when coming up with Dumbledore's mom's name? Seems like it should be something more like wizardy than Kendra.
I mean, the Weasleys are named Arthur and Molly. Like those are just kind of names. I guess his friend is Elpheus, and his name is Albus.
And isn't his brother's name Aberforth?
It is. It is Aberforth.
Sons of Kendra.
Yeah. His dad's name is Percival. So.
But you asked if I care about just the fact that he has siblings.
It's just the family. Do we care about the Dumble fam?
If any of them are still alive, yes. That's a trusted source that we could actually get some real information about young Dumbles.
Yeah, it's a primary source, as we would say in my social studies classes that I taught for a semester. With disastrous results. Student teaching. I don't know if you've ever heard anyone describe the student teaching experience. Universally a difficult thing to do.
I heard it was awesome.
Twasn't. The second time I had to do it, it went a little better. I'd never failed anything before until then. Real quick, Will It Chad. Let's see, we've done a few of these. Will It Chad. The nickname Chadillac.
Ooh.
Will It Chad.
I like it.
You do like it.
Yes.
Are we the first people to call you Chadillac?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, man. I feel honored.
Yeah, you guys coined it.
Okay.
That's your new username, man. You can officially retire Hottie Todd.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that.
Do you think Chadillac is available on Hotmail, though?
Probably not, but maybe, Chadillac 1, 2, 3, 5, 6,
So you can be a bot.
Or maybe just make it El Chadillac.
Mm-hmm.
Like add a little Spanish vibe.
If you spell Chadillac with ones instead of L's, or like capital I's, that could work.
Yeah, that might work.
Okay, Chad, you said that you were a little older than we thought you were, and maybe than us.
Yes,
Do you care about the backyard sports games?
Will they chat?
That will they Chad? Backyard baseball and Pablo Sanchez.
So, yes. To answer. So I actually found a website that I could go on, and I played them some since
because of us.
I did not. Yes,
Okay.
because of you. So, it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Pretty fun. I like it.
Yeah. Okay. It will. It
just
clearly
good, clean
will
fun.
Chad.
Good, clean fun.
Mm-hmm. And we
It
know that sports in general will Chad. We've already discussed that.
Totally.
So there's no need to do
Absolutely.
that.
Absolutely.
The Muggies. The 6th annual Muggies. Will the Muggies Chad?
Yes. They will Chad.
So far, we haven't had anything that won't Chad.
No.
We're pretty
it's just
much
been all the
nailing it
yeses.
as a podcast.
We're on a hot streak.
Doing a great job having a podcast. So you like the format, the Instagram thing. Do you have thoughts on like Braden's votes should count for 10 instead of 3 or whatever we change it to be every time?
I think 3 is a pretty good round number.
Split the difference.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good.
Like
if you have any suggestions to improve any of the things that will Chad, they will Chad, but they could Chad more. They could Chadder. We are willing to hear
anything that you feel like we can increase the level of Chad, but then also if you're just like, hey guys, you haven't thought about this, but this would totally Chad.
Yeah.
Feel free to throw those out there as well.
Absolutely.
Okay. Muggies. We'll do one more. The Howlers, I think I know the answer. That Howlers will Chad?
Totally.
Okay. That's what I thought. I always feel like maybe we should ask more Howler specific questions. Like, hey guys, what do you think about this? Let us know. Howl in. Because we don't do that a ton. We just generally reference the Howlers. I don't know if you guys have preferences on that.
Yeah, I like that idea. I like that, throw some stuff out there for people to call in on.
Yeah.
In some of those where y'all have, that's kind of what prompted me to call in. So, yeah, absolutely.
That would require planning ahead. So,
not really about that here.
We'll see.
Sometimes flying by the seat of your pants is cool too. It's all good.
Yeah.
We'll see about that. Okay. We need to. This will be a quick chapter. I think we can agree as we're an hour in. We've got the Dursleys departing, chapter 3. This is really just a chapter. I mean, feel free to jump in anytime here. This is a chapter where we are remembering that the Dursleys are a thing, and it feels like we are saying goodbye to them. So that's my big question, Braden. Are we going to see more Dursleys later in this book or this series, or are we done with the Dursleys at this point?
I'm worried that they are not safe, so we will hear of them again, but it'll be like not in a good situation.
Okay.
Or maybe we do hear about them again, and because Dudley has gotten so ripped and jacked, he just fights off all the wizards.
Yeah. He becomes Hagrid's apprentice. Like the Grop that Hagrid thought he always wanted. Dudley's about as smart as a giant.
Hagrid.
Yeah.
I like that. At the end of this conversation, he kind of shows some like, I'm going to miss you, Harry.
Yeah.
Like, where are you going, man? And maybe Harry just like calls him up later and is like, dude, I think you would be an excellent groundskeeper in training.
I know that you inherited your dad's position in middle management at Grunning's Drill Factory, but I don't know how you feel about rock cakes and like shepherd's pie made with hippogriff potentially.
Beers and hippogriffs? Come on.
Seems like you'd be into it. Can Dudley swim? I
think Dudley would sink.
If he's as jacked as it implies, that muscle's gonna sink, I think.
I'm just looking at the little drawings.
Thank
that we
you.
talked
I wanted to
about.
bring it up. His hair is so interesting.
He's really going for like greaser vibe, Like him and his posse show up like out walking down an alley and they're all snapping together.
Beating up another 10-year-old.
Flips it.
This one deserved it.
Yeah. I mean, I hope that they portray him this way in the movie because it'll be a cool evolution of like we had like FUBU. We had like
we did have FUBU Dudley.
We had FUBU Dudders, where he's
D.
rocking like
Big D.
he's rocking like fake chains and earrings and oversized jerseys and athletic shorts,
Mm-hmm.
and frosted tips.
That was the And One mixtape, Dudley.
Exactly. The professor. Um,
I recently saw some clips of someone that wasn't the professor or hot sauce for some reason. It was like Diesel
who
or
would
something.
that
I know.
be?
He was he had to be 400 pounds. Like he and like 6'9". He was gigantic, but he like had like some quick spins and stuff and could like just reach up to
handles,
dunk it.
as they call it.
Yeah. Well, but
Yeah.
like for that a guy of that size, he could like spin more quickly than you'd think, and that was like how he'd
Sure.
catch people off guard and stuff.
Actively searching like And One mixtape players.
I saw it on Twitter the other day. As I do, as I see my
I think
things.
you're talking about Troy Jackson.
I would not know his real name.
Yeah, he's referred to as Escalade. He's 6'10" and 375 pounds.
I've heard of Escalade. Maybe that is who he is.
And
Is
he's
he still
actually the
living?
younger brother. He's the younger brother of retired NBA player Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson,
That's
like
interesting.
former coach of the
Yes.
Golden State Warriors and former Pacers
current-
point guard.
Exactly.
Current mediocre analyst. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yep, you got it.
Because whoever it was that I saw was someone that like had actually passed away.
Yes, he did actually.
Oh, okay,
He
well
died
then-
in 2011.
Then that's who it was. Hugh Jones, a.k.a. Baby Shaq. Brandon LeCue, a.k.a. Worm, spelled with an E.
Robert Martin, aka 50, because people said he has a 50-inch vertical jump.
Paul Otim, a.k.a. Polo. Oh, skip to my Lou. Rafer Alston. That's great that Rafer Alston made it to the league.
Skip to my
Okay,
list.
Chad,
Okay.
will And One mixtape conversation, Chad. Are you familiar with And One mixtape, Chad?
Ooh, I think this is our first one that might not Chad.
I'm gonna have to go with the no on that one.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
That's when we know to rein it
That's
in.
fair. Keep it honest
Let's
here.
not do it. Yeah. He's not pandering, folks.
No.
He's keeping it Chad 100. So that's kind of where we are with Dudley. Just to quickly touch on the others, Vernon really has been thinking a lot. He doesn't care if Harry insults him now. It's kind of a new dynamic. Any closing thoughts at this point on Vernon? His moustache. He's pretty moustache in this chapter, honestly.
He is, yeah. I mean, he keeps it mustache. I think that's one thing we can say about him. Love him or hate him, he keeps it mustache. I think
Can't
it was
deny.
just an interesting thing to see like that power struggle kind of finally side with Harry as it comes to an end. Like Harry's just basically telling him like, yeah, I've been telling you the whole time and here are the facts, like you're in danger. So you can either heed my advice or you can just be killed. So
Well,
take your pick, man.
The best is when he's like, Voldemort might come after you and like think I'm going to come save you. And then they make eye contact. He's like, would
And
I?
I'm not.
Will I?
Let's think back on the last 10 years. Should I? Would you deserve it if I did?
Yeah, so not like a super eventful chapter, just kind of a reminder that the Dursleys are there, and now that chapter of Harry's life's coming to a final close. Do you think it's almost kind of, given that Dumbledore's gone now, or at least we're told, that it's kind of sad almost that like this is the last safe place Harry had?
Yeah, like that's the whole thing, is that he's literally safe there because of his mother's protection, and it's his family home. Yeah, I mean, it makes you definitely reminisce. Like, remember all the times when Dobby dropped a giant pudding on someone? What else happened?
Well, I just mean in terms of like, I feel like we're gearing up for Harry basically stepping into full manhood and taking responsibility for the prophecy, right? Like
he can't hide from anything.
he can't hide. Yeah. He can't hide behind Dumbledore anymore. Now he can't hide at the Dursleys. So I feel like everything's being stripped away.
It's like all his protectors are now gone.
Mm-hmm.
Any thoughts on the weird goodbyes where Dudley says something? He says, quote, "I don't think you're a waste of space." And then Aunt Petunia starts crying because it was such a nice thing for Dudley to do.
So I just read this and saw the scene where I believe it's in Step Brothers, and Rogge, I know you haven't seen that. Chad, Step Brothers?
I have actually not ever seen that, believe it or not.
Holy cow, guys.
I know.
Flabbergasting.
I think I actually own it too, but that's
okay.
better.
Well, it's like the awkward where, and it's really overdone, but that's what makes it funny. Like they reach in for a handshake and one goes for the hug, and then it's the awkward, like you don't know what to do with your hands and you're moving back and forth, and like one person reaches for the hug and the other kind of turns because it's weird. I'm just imagining that whole situation between Dudley and Harry.
On page 42, I wanted to direct us to a quote at the very, very end. She stopped and looked back. For a moment, Harry had the strangest feeling that she wanted to say something to him. This is Aunt Petunia. She gave him an odd, tremulous look and seemed to teeter on the edge of speech. But then, with a little jerk of her head, she bustled out of the room after her husband and son. So I feel like Aunt Petunia gets lost in the discourse a little bit. We don't talk specifically about her because she's not as big of a personality as Vernon and Dudley. Any thoughts on that goodbye? What was she maybe wanting to say?
Well, I can't remember what book it was in, but we've seen glimpses of her, like she knows she had a responsibility to Lily, right? To take care of Harry in some capacity. So I'm sure there's some kind of she feels like she should say something motherly in the situation because it's on paper the closest thing Harry should have to a mom, right?
Yeah.
Left. But it's been so awkward for so long that it's just kind of like, what do you even say at this point? So
that's fair. I think. Do we care about Hestia Jones and Daedalus Diggle, the people that came to pick them up?
I do not. Do you, Chad?
I care about Daedalus Diggle because I think he is mentioned several times in the series, and maybe even in the first book of coming up to shake Harry's hand, and now it's sort of full circle, I guess.
Yeah.
To a degree.
Yeah, first chapter, I think.
Not so much about Hestia Jones, I guess. So.
Yeah. I mean, I think I care in the sense that it's on them to make sure the Dursleys don't get murdered by Voldemort, right?
Seems like it, yeah.
So, as much as we've talked about hating the Dursleys, I don't want to see them get murdered.
Just maimed or seriously injured.
Maybe seriously frightened. Maybe they can send some Dementors over there to kind of scare him a little bit, but
maybe just have their souls sucked out, just a little.
No. The Dementors won't actually get to them, but they can just fly out circles around their house or whatever.
What would their boggarts be? What's the scariest thing that they can think of? For Vernon, it's got to be just a regular freaking wizard, right? Just a dude doing magic.
Or no mustache.
Yeah. Or a treadmill.
Yeah, maybe.
And Petunia would be a super dirty kitchen.
Yeah. I was trying to think how to phrase make it into some kind of cleaning or organization thing.
For Dudley, I'm just thinking a book that you have to read.
A math equation.
Yeah.
2 + 2.
Okay, they're pretty basic. A couple quick Will it Chad? This is a little more broad. Will it Chad just generally the segments that we do? Are there ideas? Are there segments that we used to do that we forgot to keep doing that you wish we still did? Are there segments that you have in your head that you're like, guys, obviously you should be doing this and we haven't?
No, I like the segments that you guys do already. I can't think of any that you have stopped doing.
The quotes one.
Yeah, that's true. The quotes one. Oh man, yes. Bring that one back for the rest of this book.
I was thinking about doing Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows quotes. Or
right.
the Deathly Hallows. I think Hal quotes is better.
Hal quotes.
I thought that would be fun to bring that back. We haven't honestly. We don't get a really fully formed beef every week.
That's true.
It's been a lot less beefy as of late.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I'm not saying that like that's totally on you, but
you can't force a good beef.
They're not called Rogge's beefs.
They're not, but I feel like we've got an authentic audience that appreciates genuine beef.
Yeah.
And the last thing I want to do is lie to them,
Yeah.
Last thing I want to do is lie to them, give them some kind of turkey burger when all they want is premium grade USDA beef.
I'm just gonna be real with you guys right now. I like turkey burgers. I think that they're good. I enjoy them.
I have tried, and I just think it's a slap in the face to a good American meal. I don't get it. We do turkey burgers sometimes when we go to. I definitely can.
I
prefer cheese on them.
I'm just saying that once I've put a couple toppings on there, and like if it's seasoned, like it's got some like steak seasoning in there or whatever, like it's just not a big deal to me. And it's because we didn't grow up eating a ton of beef, because as it turns out, that beef is expensive. We grew up eating a lot of chicken and pasta. But we would sometimes get frozen turkey burgers that we'd heat up. And then what we would do, we'd make biscuits, like a can of biscuits, and those are the buns. Called bun skits. It's delicious. I would recommend it. Once you got a bun skit, like it's not, the meat that's in there is not the most important thing anymore. For me.
To me, that just goes against the fundamentals of a sandwich. Okay. Like if the meat's not the most important thing, then what are we doing?
So you're
let's just eat biscuits.
You're not going to eat like a grilled cheese?
I can, but like a grilled cheese is, I don't ever come home and I'm like, man, you know what I want for dinner tonight? Let's fire up the grill and do grilled cheese.
Okay, so we do that.
Okay. So. I can do a grilled turkey and cheese. That's got some substance to it, right? Okay. Chad, I don't know. Where do you weigh in on this? Are you good with turkey burgers?
I don't really like turkey burgers that much, but I will say, my wife made ground turkey tacos last night, and it was actually pretty darn good.
I think I can handle that.
Yeah. So like once you put all the stuff in there, it was like, oh, okay, it's just a taco. Yeah. It was good.
We've done like chili with like turkey sausage, I guess what you would call it, like sweet potato chili with turkey, and like that's good. I just I don't know. I don't ask.
Sweet potato?
It's Pinterest, whatever.
Hard pass on sweet potatoes in general for me. It will not Rogge if it's sweet potato.
Ooh, wow. I love me a good sweet potato. Mm-mm. Sweet potato fries.
No.
Sweet potato chili.
It's good. That's not a thing.
Just mashed sweet potatoes in general.
No. It'd be interesting to go through like, what does Thanksgiving look like in Mississippi? And how is it different from Thanksgiving in Crawfordsville?
Yeah. I bet a Mississippi Thanksgiving is better. I'll put Christmas up against each other, like against a Mississippi Christmas, but I think Thanksgiving, Mississippi probably burns the house down.
On a like a food by food basis, maybe, but if it's got to be too warm to be Thanksgiving if I'm in Mississippi.
Oh, it's still warm here. Yeah, it's still 60s, 70s sometimes, even on Christmas. So
yeah, see, it snows on Thanksgiving sometimes in Crawfordsville.
yeah, see that.
But then it'll also turn around and be like 55 on Christmas.
Yeah,
So
it will.
I mean, whatever.
What are the highlights of a Mississippi Thanksgiving?
So turkey, obvious.
Of course.
Just not in burger form.
Well, not in burger form.
Yeah.
And the way we do it is you get those injectable marinades, I guess, and you're only supposed to do like, I don't know, a quarter of the thing, but no, you do the whole thing. The whole flipping thing gets injected in there because that's what makes it great. So smoked turkey, we've done fried turkey before, but smoked turkey, some sort of potato, either regular or a sweet potato casserole is really good. Lima beans, fried okra, cornbread dressing.
Love fried okra. Love me some fried okra.
Oh yeah, it's good stuff.
I don't know if I've ever had it.
Wow. You should go have that.
It's kind of a southern thing, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. My mom's family is originally all from Florida, and so my mom was like a big proponent for fried okra growing up. So I would my friends would come over to have that, and they're like, "What the frick is this stuff?" I don't know. My mom makes it.
It's good. But honestly, Christmas dinner is very similar. Maybe you just switch out the turkey for ham and then go with a lot of the same sides. Okay. So I don't know about you guys.
If you know Richard and Gail Merriman very well, Christmas dinner isn't something that is the same every year. Some years, I don't know if we've hardly ever done a ham. We've done a goose. We had a Christmas goose once.
Nice.
We just kind of mix it up. If we did anything the most, it was actually probably lamb. We did several times. Like lamb chops.
Right.
On Christmas, yeah. So, lamb chops, asparagus, hollandaise, maybe some mashed potatoes. But it wasn't like a spread the way Thanksgiving is for us.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Do you do the Christmas morning breakfast? Is that a thing?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure my Christmas morning breakfast is different from yours, but we do one, yes. We are creamed eggs, and then we will toast up the giant shredded wheats that are like confusingly large.
Right.
We'll toast those up, and so we'll do some of them to eat with the creamed eggs, and we'll do some of them with like butter and brown sugar to eat with just like milk. It's pretty good. Bacon, mimosas. Not bacon mimosas, just like bacon and mimosas.
Put the oven to 350. Put your jar in the oven. Close her up.
Bacon mimosa.
Bacon mimosas.
Yeah. Those are the things we had, Braden.
Christmas dinner is a big deal. Actually, on both sides of the family, but we both do Christmas Eve dinners. So Hannah's dad is like just a crazy good cook. So he does like every kind of meat you can think of, all these awesome sides, twice baked potatoes, all that kind of stuff. They're a big like sparkling grape juice family. Like they pull that out on Christmas Eve. My family, like dad gets his smoker out for Christmas Eve and usually does like a brisket of some kind. Mom does really, really good mashed potatoes. She does these like cheddar biscuits. She basically she loves. Have you heard of the restaurant Ruth's Chris?
Yeah, of course.
So she absolutely loves that place and basically tries to model Christmas Eve dinner after like what she would order from Ruth's Chris. And so she does like
$400 on one steak.
Yeah. Yeah, so we get really good steak, and she makes like a béarnaise sauce to put over the beef. We have cheddar biscuits, like I said, mashed potatoes, like just more food than you need or can handle. And then in the morning, it's usually like your standard Like we'll do a lot of bacon and then like egg casserole, like a hash brown casserole type, some sort of thing like that. And then the big thing is she makes blueberry buckle. That's what she calls it. It's basically like a blueberry coffee cake.
Nice.
That she bakes and man, it is stupid good. Like my dad, that is like a highlight of the year for my dad. Like some of the most excited times I see him throughout the year is the Christmas morning blueberry buckle. So, yep.
So does she save it just for? Sorry, does she save it just for Christmas morning? Like she doesn't make it any other time during the year?
She might make it once or twice. Like we went on vacation with my family a few weeks ago, and she actually like surprised everybody and made one morning. But yeah, usually it's just a Christmas morning type thing. The other thing I meant to mention, she does Christmas Eve. She makes mulled cider. So MULLED.
Yeah.
You guys have had that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I just learned that was a thing like 2 or 3 years ago. She makes it in the crock pot. Love that stuff. So good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That stuff's really good.
So yeah, now that we're on Christmas dinners and stuff.
Sorry.
Christmas dinners, they will Chad.
Totally.
Live reads. Will live reads Chad?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love the live read.
I'm sorry I took that away from you.
Wanted to get you on one.
Oh, it's all good.
We're planning on a few more happening in Deathly Hallows. Normally we do 1 or 2 a book, but there's going to be more like 3 or 4.
Are we getting Chad on another Deathly Hallows episode? Is that happening?
There's no reason we can't.
Okay.
Sweet.
We haven't totally reached out to everyone that I have here on the list to nail them down. But at one point we have 3 consecutive live read weeks. So.
Wow.
When the middle of this book just starts to absolutely slap. So, yeah, we'll find a time. We'll find a time before then. Jess is coming on for a live read, so we still have 5 more live reads, actually. Okay. We've just got a couple more do we, Chad? So we'll do the last chapter here. The 7 Potters. A classic. Is this one of those, Braden, that you can picture in the movie?
Yes. I feel like this is a scene. I don't care who the director is, who the producer is. You can't cut this one, and you got to make sure you do it right. What are you doing, Rogge? What is that?
The screen got so big. Oh,
it just kept showing a crying emoji. I thought I was doing something wrong.
I was maybe accidentally clicking it. That was on purpose. It's a Mac, and I don't know. Oh, there's a giant thumbs up. Was that Chad? Yes. It's so big.
How are you guys doing that?
It's on the bottom right corner.
I just realized there's like a heart that's pulsing on the bottom right corner. Yeah. And when you hover over it, there you go. Crying emoji.
I want it to go away.
It can be laughing.
I don't have that. I don't have that, guys.
Well, you probably have an older version of Skype because you should never, ever update your Skype if it works.
That's
it will
totally
always
true.
proceed to not work.
I found it.
Is this a touchscreen? It's not. It is not a touchscreen. I'm just trying to get the emojis to go away. Okay. 7 Potters. Is this a good plan?
Is this a good plan? Seems like it's the best option they've got, right? Because with Snape's insider information of where they are all the time, just movement in general is dangerous no matter what you do. So maybe the issue is they didn't have enough Potters.
50 Potters.
Yeah, needs to be double digits for sure.
Okay. Along those lines, is this your dream team? Is this the squad that you would have brought with you if you're doing 7 Potters? Chad, chime in here. Are there people that are missing that you wish were Potters?
Well, let's name who we've got here.
Okay. No, off the top of your head, Braden.
We've got Ron. We've got Hermione. We have Lupin and his now wife, who I know her name, but
Yep. Keep some mystery.
we've got Mad Eye. I don't think we have Shacklebolt. He's like following one of the ministry members or something like that.
We actually
He's
do.
not-
We do have Kingsley.
We do have Kingsley.
He takes a break.
Okay. That was a test. You guys both passed. We're
like coming up on halfway there.
Is Neville there?
He's not.
Neville's not there.
There's a few members of
We
one
have more
family
Weasleys.
in particular.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got some more Weasleys. We've got Bill. We've got Fred and George.
Yeah.
So where's that put us at? Are we at
9. You've named 9 people total. Plus Harry makes 10.
Hagrid.
Hagrid's 11.
there.
Yeah. You got Arthur Weasley.
Is Molly there?
She's not.
Molly's not there.
No. You've got Fleur Delacour, Bill's fiance.
Yep.
Who we missing, Chad? You got Mad Eye Moody.
I said him.
You said him. Okay. We've got.
Did we say Hermione? Surely we did.
Yeah, I think we're on Hermione.
Yeah.
We've got Mundungus Fletcher.
That's who we're missing.
That might have been
Yeah.
it. I think that does it. Are there substitutions you'd make there if you're the coach?
I'm probably gonna take some heat for this. I think I would swap out Hagrid. I think I'd leave Hagrid on the bench for this one.
Wow. Your defense is going to suffer.
I just feel like he has the tendency, like he's gonna fumble in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like he's gonna drop it.
But he guards the whole goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a special teamer, right? I don't want him first team defense.
I want Hagrid playing left tackle if it's me, but
I guess what I'm saying is maybe I don't sub Hagrid out, but I sure as heck don't send Harry with him. The real Harry.
do you send Hermione with him to try to even out like the brains factor on that team?
Maybe, but I almost think you send this. This is horrible, but I almost think you figure out who's the most expendable and send them with Hagrid. Because they're more more likely to get into some danger.
So you put Ron
Yes.
with Hagrid.
Did we turn Mundungus into a Harry?
Yeah, he's a Harry.
Then he goes with Hagrid. 100%.
Plus Hagrid can like chain him to himself. Like Hagrid's just grabbing onto you and you can't like run away.
Right.
I mean, I don't want to skip necessarily all the way to the end of the chapter, but I guess I will. So when you say expendable, is Harry in danger? Is he in real danger in your mind as this chapter comes to a close? Voldemort's bearing down on him. Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. He'll get out of it because it doesn't end here. This is the start of the book.
What if Harry dies in the 4th chapter? You don't know.
But it will be interesting. Like, I don't know how the heck that's going to happen because we don't have Dumbledore to swoop in anymore.
No.
Like, this is usually the type of situation where, like, all of a sudden, and then Voldemort was hit by a flashing blue light or whatever, and it's like, oh, sweet, Dumbledore's over there.
Fox came soaring in, and we all said, Fox is here. Everyone turned to the east, and Gandalf came riding over the hill. Gandalf and Éomer. Chad, will Lord of the Rings, Chad?
Totally.
Yes.
They were awesome.
My guy.
Yes.
Gandalf, the Eagles, the Eagles. Braden, you don't get to laugh. You don't know where that reference is from. Chad, at the risk of repeating ourselves from something we said in the last episode that no one's heard yet, we came up with what we're going to do after we're done with the Harry Potter books as far as podcasting. So Braden's not going to want to keep podcasting every week, which is understandable. Instead, once a month or so, we'll basically make a list of our favorite movies, and then we'll start going down until we find one that the other person hasn't seen. And we're like, what? You haven't seen that? So we call it flabbergasted, right? We're just shocked because I haven't seen the Mighty Ducks movies, for example, and Braden just couldn't believe it. And Lord of the Rings
Or
was
Step
one
Brothers.
for me. Yeah, Step Brothers, sure. And so
That's one that I'm not like, you need to see it. I just can't believe you haven't.
right.
Have you seen Dumb and Dumber, the
I
original one?
have not. I've never seen
gosh.
Wayne's World. I've seen parts of Dumb and
What
Dumber.
are we doing? What are we doing, guys? What is going on?
I've not seen Bill and Ted, any of the Bill and Ted movies.
Okay.
Okay.
Not missed a whole lot
All right.
there.
Need to see Dumb and Dumber. You probably, I don't know that it'll match up super well with your sense of humor,
Yeah, that's
but
the
it's
thing.
just like, you need to be able to say that you've watched that.
I quote Dumb and Dumber almost like every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get that. Have you seen Have you seen The Music Man,
Yes,
Braden?
No.
I was
See-
actually in the play in high school.
I can't imagine someone not having seen The Music Man.
I don't even know like what that is, let alone have seen it.
I've been in a couple renditions of it for sure, from a theater school.
So if you can imagine like Rogge's parents being very into like the theatrical arts and like singing and that like musicals, that kind of stuff, imagine my parents on the absolute opposite end of the spectrum. So like that would have never been like, hey Braden, we're gonna sit down as a family tonight and watch The Music Man. Like that would have never happened.
See, I wish that we
So
did that
no-
more often. Because
Yeah.
usually we'd be sitting down and my dad would be like, "We're gonna watch this French film from the 1930s. It's in black and white with subtitles, also in French. And here we go. Here's a little bit of popcorn that I made. We're gonna split as a family one bag of microwave popcorn." I can still like name for you some of the ridiculous stuff that he would get at the library and bring home. The Secret of Roan Inish. Look it up. The weirdest movie. It's about like a little. It starts off. It's a little Irish boy, butt naked. Okay, little Irish boy running along the beach. There's a selkie involved, like a mermaid person or something. It's wild.
The Secret of Roan Inish.
Yeah, we had to turn it off like halfway through. It was my Black Snake moan.
Wow.
It was
Hey,
so
got
weird.
95% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That is
Wow.
wrong. Incorrect. That's the only time that the whole rest of the family rose up and was like,
Wow.
"Richard, we're not watching this. We're not finishing this movie." But that was the kind of thing. I've seen like some Marx Brothers films, and Braden, you've never even heard of the Marx Brothers. You ever watch any Charlie Chaplin? Some City Lights? Some Duck
I had a buddy
Soup?
of mine that really loved some Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah? Yeah. Some Buster Keaton, some silent films, The Bank Dick. No? So, I'm flabbergasted that you haven't seen those films. Wizard of Oz? Ever seen Wizard of Oz?
Have seen
It's a
Wizard of
musical.
Oz.
Okay. So,
Closest to musicals we got were Disney movies,
sure.
and we watched a lot of those.
Sure. We watched some of those. Those were respites. You ever watch any Three Stooges?
Oh man, love some
A little, not a lot.
Yeah.
One of the things that flabbergasted Hannah, I never have really watched Little Rascals, movie or show,
Are you talking about the older one or the newer one?
either.
Okay, well, which one was she flabbergasted about?
She's probably flabbergasted about the older ones.
Okay. I have definitely seen the newer one, like from the 90s or whatever. Have you seen Sandlot?
Bro, come on, come on. I was
ha-
like raised on Sandlot.
have you seen
Killing me, man.
Little Giants?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't see that till college, but I have. Have you seen Princess Bride?
Yes.
That would have been a
8th
good
grade
one
English.
if you had not. Oh, so you probably were like, "Oh, we're watching a movie in English class." Because Princess Bride's really good.
I would have gone into it that way, but by the end of it, I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I took a film class senior year of high school, watched some weird stuff.
Yeah, like what?
It's a Guillermo del Toro film, I think.
Pan's Labyrinth.
Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah, sure. We watched that
Watched
in
that.
Spanish class.
Had to like break that down and analyze it, and yeah.
It's a weird film. It's a weird film.
Yeah, watched some weird ones in that one. Some good ones and just some real weird ones.
Mm-hmm.
So
we watched a movie in senior year Spanish by Pedro Almodovar, who's like a famous Spanish director. He's done some like Antonio Banderas films. It's called Como Agua para Chocolate, like water for chocolate. And it's about a woman who, whatever emotion she's feeling really strongly while she cooks, that gets like baked into the food, and then people like experience that emotion. And so there's one where like a guy breaks up with her right before or whatever, and so like she cooks for a wedding, and they're all sobbing like during the meal when they're eating and stuff. And then there's a part where she is like really like hot and heavy for a guy while she's cooking, and then the wedding like busts like it's an orgy, like it just in the book at least, which what we also read, but like like everybody's like it's like rabbits. And so there's a scene in the movie where like there's just like women running naked through a field. And so our like little 5'0" Spanish teacher doesn't know how to pause it, doesn't know how to skip ahead, runs up to the board, is standing in front of it going, no, do not look, no, inappropriate. And we're just busting out laughing. So that was the best. That was the best part of senior year Spanish. Besides when we did No Nose Goes, and one of our classmates was like, I don't play those childish games. Even the teacher had done it, and we were all like, okay. Sorry. So, that was just Chad burping.
It's my wife coming back home. I'll mute it so you don't hear it anymore.
Okay, I got you. Next question about the Seven Potters. What went wrong, in your estimation?
Yeah. That's a good question.
Thank you.
I don't think there was enough difference in direction, probably. Like they didn't disperse quick enough.
We need to scatter harder.
We got to scatter harder and quicker. Hindsight's 2020, right? Like they probably thought, okay, we'll get up in the air, we'll get comfortable, and then we'll like split off.
Because you're not expecting there to be a bunch of Death Eaters there, like that many.
They were waiting on them.
Yeah.
Probably because Mundungus sold them out.
Frickin' dung. So in your mind, did they know that it was happening that night?
They were like flying above the house.
Yeah.
At least that's the excuse me, that's the way I read it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we've got like I said, my bet's Mundungus, but I think we've got a spy on the inside.
Probably not. Okay.
A mole.
Moldungus.
Moldungus.
Okay. What is Hedwig's status?
MIA. I don't know. I'm pretty worried about it. Really all I care about from this chapter.
Yeah?
Not all I care about, but probably what I care about the most.
So walk me through where we left Hedwig, as far as you can recall.
I think she's flying through the air at this point. I think Harry was able to grab her. Like, she started to topple out of the side cart, and he, like, dropped some other stuff, but was able to catch her cage. And then it left us with, like, he caught her cage and then looked up, and Voldemort was bearing down on him. And now next chapter.
He caught her, dropped the firebolt, but he got her in his bag. Okay, let me... Okay, page 55. And then, out of nowhere, out of nothing, they were surrounded. At least 30 hooded figures, suspended in midair, formed a vast circle, in the midst of which the Order members had risen, oblivious. Screams, a blaze of light on every side. Hagrid gave a yell.
Bah!
And the motorbike rolled over. Hagrid immediately panics and does a barrel roll. Harry lost any sense of where they were. Streetlights above him, yells around him. He was clinging to the sidecar for dear life. Hedwig's cage, the firebolt, and his rucksack slipped from beneath his knees. No. Hedwig! The broomstick spun to earth, but he just managed to seize the strap of his rucksack and the top of the cage as the motorbike swung the right way up again. A second's relief, and then another burst of green light. The owl screeched and fell to the floor of the cage. No! No! The motorbike zoomed forward. Harry glimpsed hooded Death Eaters scattering as Hagrid blasted through their circle. Hedwig! Hedwig! But the owl lay motionless and pathetic as a toy on the floor of her cage. He could not take it in, and his terror for the others was paramount.
So Hedwig might be toast. That would be really sad. I would not like that. That would be. We've been taking a lot of death lately, man, in the story. I don't know if we can handle any more. Dumbledore, now Hedwig.
Those are 2 MVP candidates. Perennial all-stars.
It's too much.
Hedwig's
been there through it all, you know?
Yeah. An OG. I guess the only other question I have really is, where are we now? Like, what's the next step that you see going forward? We're left. Harry and Voldemort are like eye to eye. Voldemort's about to like kill him, and then Voldemort just vanishes. While Harry like slams into the ground. He smashed into a muddy pond is the last 3 words. So like, do we know where we are? Do we know what's happening? Is Voldemort about to attack him?
Is Hagrid dead?
Is Hagrid dead? Is anyone
if Hagrid's
else dead?
dead, I quit.
You quit? I thought you said you quit if Fang was dead.
Well, that's obvious. That's a given.
Yeah.
But I really have no idea. I have no idea where we are, how far away from the house we made. I have no idea if Harry still has his wand, if he's near anyone else from the Order. Is Voldemort scared to fight him on the ground for fear of being seen? I don't know. Because it says that he just disappears, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we know Harry hit the ground, but we don't know where the heck Voldemort went.
Right.
Which, that is what's strange. Like, if he's got Harry kind of discombobulated and in a vulnerable position, why wouldn't he just finish him off right now? Why did he disappear?
Do you have any perception of what happened with their wands just a minute ago here? Chad, I don't know if you can help me out what page this is on. Where Harry's wand like spins in his hand.
I'm reading it off of my Kindle, so it doesn't actually give me real page numbers.
Not as helpful as you'd think. Been there, though. I get it. I understand that.
Let's see.
This is great radio. Oh, page 61. Okay. As the pain from Harry's scar forced his eyes shut, his wand acted of its own accord. He felt it drag his hand around like some great magnet, saw a spurt of golden fire through his half-closed eyelids, heard a crack and a scream of fury. The remaining Death Eater yelled. Voldemort screamed, "No." And then on the top of page 62, "Your wand, Selwyn! Give me your wand!" So it sounds like the wand Voldemort was using broke because Harry's wand shot it with golden flames. Does that make any sense to you?
Jacked it up.
Yeah, jacked it up.
Yeah. Yep. So what the heck is that about? Harry just has some, like, secret power that kicks in whenever he's incapacitated?
Yeah, I don't know.
Hannah just gave me a look like, how the heck are you still doing this?
I thought she was like, Braden, they can do magic. Like, you can't be surprised about a new aspect.
Come on, man.
That's my impression of Hannah. That's what she sounds like. Come on the pod.
It's pretty close. So what is the question about? What are you asking?
So we have no idea what's going on with that golden flame.
We have no idea what's going on.
Harry broke Voldemort's wand. It's all like, we're just hoping someone explains to us soon what that was about, because
maybe Dumbledore left him with like put some sort of curse, not a curse, but like some sort of spell on him before he died, where it's like, when you're incoherent or you don't know what's going on, your wand will act.
He was like, what's happening to Harry most of the time when he's fighting Voldemort? Let's not assume, we're not going to bump up the power of his spells. We're not going to like whisper incantations of useful spells in his ear. We're just going to make it so that when he's flailing around, as he usually is, something good will happen. So, smart.
Seems like good strategy.
I think that's all my questions. Chad, I know earlier you said that you didn't have anything for the first chapter. I didn't know if you had anything else.
No, we actually kind of covered the things I was going to ask. You know, is Hagrid? So Hagrid jumps off the bike and grabs a Death Eater and falls to the earth. You know, is he dead? Is he alive?
I think Hagrid's alive. I don't think he dies like this.
Do you think Harry killed any other Death Eaters, like with spells or like Hagrid's Dragonfire or anything like that in the process?
Probably got Stan. That's going to be a real like internal conflict thing, right? Because Harry probably didn't want to kill Stan. But you got to do what you got to do in war, you know?
Casualty, yeah. Got caught in the crossfire. We'll just have to see where it goes from here. I'll tell Braden and the listeners right now, we're planning on doing 2 chapters. Chapters 5 and 6. Coming up here. Let me make sure, That's what I planned out, so it's what we're going to do. 5 and 6. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, because chapter 8 is a big one. That might be Chad's live read, I don't know. So we have to make sure that we plan ahead. Chapters 5 and 6. Let's knock out a couple more. Will it Chads? Chad, have you noticed the new format where it's more question based, like where I ask Braden specific questions? Has that become obvious? That's something we did. And if so, will it Chad?
It will. I like it.
Okay.
It will Chad.
Anything that gets Braden more engaged, we're hoping would Chad. So that's good.
Right.
You already said that me saying turn in your pew Bibles will Chad. So that's good.
Open your hymnals.
Yeah. Freschetta pizza. Will it Chad?
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised we haven't talked about it already. Like, you know, absolutely.
So is that a brand that you were already in favor of before the scholarship?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Scholarship.
We have one sitting in our freezer at home. I know. Did you have one for dinner tonight, Braden?
Not tonight. 2 nights ago. Had a pepperoni.
Nice.
Did not disappoint.
It never does.
They do not. Yeah, it's true.
They're really
they do not disappoint.
I think the only thing you could potentially complain about is like you have to decide when you commit to the night being a Freschetta night. It's like, do I think we can both get by with one? Do I make one for myself and then one that I share with my wife? Like it's tough.
Yeah, it's tough.
Because they're not huge pizzas.
Right.
At least the thin crust ones, you know.
Oh, you go thin crust.
We do both. We mix it up.
Okay.
We stay versatile on our toes.
I'm gonna need sometime when you've just done a grocery store run and you have like 4 freshittas in the freezer. I'm gonna need a picture.
Okay. We're usually 2 at a time, people, but I'll get you a
Okay.
picture.
Okay. Even still, 2 at a
Yeah.
time. I respect
Yeah.
that. Hannah coming on the pod / me trying to get Hannah on the pod. Will it, Chad?
Yes. Keep it up.
That's one of those things that like is hilarious to me, but I'm really never sure if anyone else is like the joke as much as I do.
I'm just thinking it's going to be like the very last episode.
Yeah.
And it's like finally.
Yeah.
Fine.
I really thought that by asking specific like anatomical like injury questions that would help, but it surprisingly didn't.
Yeah.
Did we ever get an answer on the whole cutting your hand off thing?
She just
like
said
how long
it varies. She was like, "There's no way to know for sure," and I was like,
"Gotcha,
Hannah."
I think that's just a medical answer in general.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, what has Fauci said through this entire pandemic? Well, there's really no way to know for sure.
That's true.
Which is fair.
Which is fair.
So we have to ask Hannah some like extremely specific questions. Like, if Harry presented with lesions like on his pelvis, like what would be like the possible diagnosis? Like these like purple lesions, just like stuff from Scrubs. Just like say specific medical things. I don't know if you guys have seen Scrubs.
I love Scrubs.
Never gone through Scrubs.
No.
Seen a couple episodes, but that's on my to-do list. Seinfeld is on my to-do list.
Me too.
I would actually like to start from the beginning and go through King of Queens. That's a hit or miss with some people. I love Kevin James, so.
Big Paul Blart Mall Cop guy?
No, that's not his best work, but he's got some, I don't know, something about him. I like Kevin James.
I've never really seen an Adam Sandler movie all the way through. Like I've never seen Mr. Deeds or Happy Gilmore or Billy Madison.
Are you a big Adam Sandler guy, Chad?
I love Adam Sandler, but I mean, if we're being honest, they're not like the greatest movies of all time.
They're not.
Some Jack and Jill.
I can recognize that some of them are definitely classics, but like, I don't think any of them are great movies.
Yeah. They make me laugh though, so.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although Little Nicky is probably like the worst movie of all time.
I don't know.
Not just his worst movie. Well, you don't want to know.
I've seen Biodome
horrible.
with Pauly Shore, so.
Oh yeah. Well, see, there you go.
That's pretty bad.
Hannah and I, when we started dating, for whatever reason, almost every time we would hang out, like without fail, 50 First Dates would be on TV. I don't know. Like, I think TBS just plays it on rerun, like just around the clock.
Never seen that.
So that's probably one of the one of the Adam Sandler movies I'm more familiar with, oddly enough.
The Wedding Singer. Have y'all seen that one?
Okay, that one. That's a great one. I was kind of like, that's one of my parents' like favorite movies. They watch it together. They love that movie. So I actually can quote a lot of that movie.
That's a good one.
Wedding Crashers, also never seen.
Oh man,
I don't think I've ever actually watched that through either.
It's good.
Have you seen Django Unchained, Braden? It's one of my favorites.
I haven't. I would like to see that.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
The list will be easy for you if we do that pod, because I'm not like I like movies. I just don't watch a lot of them.
I mean, we don't, like, I did growing up with my dad, but, like, I don't, like, Rachel and I will more often sit down to watch, like, a sitcom. We're watching Padma Lakshmi's Taste the Nation on Hulu right now. We really like Top Chef, so we like Padma a lot. And Taste Nation's really good. Or we'll watch The Office or Community, or Hannah texts you. What's going on?
Yes. And it says, it doesn't sound like you are talking about Harry Potter literally at all.
Hannah, I can't stress this enough. Come on the pod. Hannah, Chad, tell Hannah that Chad wants her on the pod.
Come on the pod.
Hannah, Chad would like you to come on the pod.
Yeah.
Just received next text. I will kill you.
Honestly, you reading her texts out loud to us is like the next best thing to her coming on the pod. I could like hook my phone up to the board and call her. She just says, "Stop saying what I'm saying" in all caps. Hannah, you will get on the pod. Like, do you want to speak for yourself, or do you want to just have your text read? You know, it's probably a good time to wrap this up. So this is honestly, Chad, you're a living, breathing advertisement for the Howler, right? Like that's why that made the man that you see before you today was Chad howling in, and we just got to hear his voice. Whenever we hear like, you know, "Good evening, gents" or whatever it is, like we're just like, okay, like it's Chad, and
we always, Chad, I want you to know whenever you say that, we always look at each other through the Skype lens or whatever, and just do like a tip of the cap when you say "Good evening,
gents."
Times
I'm doing like a two-fingered salute.
Yeah,
Chad, good to see ya. So, do you know the number by heart, Chad?
I know it's, or at least I think it's 978 Potter 0, but I don't know. I can't remember what the Potter 0, how that goes.
Well, you're right. I have it actually in front of me now. Braden, do you know it?
It's 978-768-8370.
Yep. So Chad has held in
Nice.
Several times. He's also utilized the text feature. If you prefer to not have your voice heard, we would prefer that, because otherwise it's just more of me talking as I read what you said, but still, it works. You can always text in, which is good. We love to hear from you guys, love to hear what you're thinking. Let us know if it will or will not Chad. The various content that comes out of our mouths, be it for good or for evil. So yeah, we love to hear from you guys. Love to hear what you think about what Braden thinks about the first 4 chapters of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Chad, is there anything that you wish that you'd gotten the opportunity to say to this point that you've felt like you were being restricted from saying? Because the floor is yours.
No, there's nothing that I feel like I've been restricted from saying to this point.
That's good. Well, we loved having you on. I think it made for a great episode, some great discussion, both on and off topic from Harry Potter, and that's
absolutely
nothing if not on brand for us. So, Braden said, "Let's keep it to 90 minutes tonight," and we've been recording for 2 hours and 8 minutes so far. So,
sorry,
no, not
can't
your
win
fault.
them all.
That's just
our fault.
That's how it goes here. I kept messaging Chad on Instagram like, "Well, I think we're gonna try to do tomorrow night." Oh. Well, okay, Braden says Thursday night works better. And I was like, you're getting the whole experience.
Yeah,
this is what it is.
That is a weekly occurrence.
Braden will be like, let's do Wednesday night. And then he'll say, we're picking up furniture, so I can't. And I'll be like, what does that even mean? But like, okay, like I can do Thursday too. I just don't know what's going on.
Neither do I.
I don't know how you live your life. Yeah. So Braden and I are both moving, and we've got a lot going on. So we appreciate your flexibility. We'd love to have you back on maybe later in Deathly Hallows if you are willing to continue to indulge us.
Absolutely. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys listening. We hope that you enjoyed this episode, and we look forward to hearing from you going forward. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Chad.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.